Okay, I'm not sure if you can actually see this, but in the background we've got our house and it's fairly late at night, it's getting dark now. And what I basically want to illustrate is how shutter speeds can differ when you're taking flash shots at night. Now, the first shot I'm going to take here is basically a flash shot on program mode. So the camera's going to basically work on auto and it's going to do all the settings for me, fire the flash through ETTL, and pretty much what's going to happen is the flash and the camera will just work for the subject. So we should get a shot of the house well lit, but the background is obviously going to be very, very dark. So if I take that shot first of all now, and we've already pre-focused on the house because it's quite dark, so if we take a shot and we're getting a reading of 60th at f4 with ETTL, which is about the standard you're going to get with that setting. So let's take the shot. And as you can see there, we've got the house has been lit by the flash. There's a very dark sky with just a touch of the detail in the sky at night behind. But really all we're getting is just the house well lit. Now, to enable the backlight, the very distant backlight to burn in, we need a much slower shutter speed. So what I'm going to do now is switch the camera to manual, and I'm going to go to f8, and I'm going to go for a 1 second exposure and see what we get now. But we're also leaving the flash on, and we're also leaving it on ETTL. So the flash will do its job and light the house well, but what we need to do is have a much longer exposure to allow the background light to burn in. So let's try that now on 1 second. And you can see there we've got so much more detail in the background with the sky. The house yet again has been lit perfectly by the flash, but the longer exposure has allowed the sky in the background to burn in. Now if we let the sky go darker and darker, we'd have to increase the shutter speed to maybe 2 seconds or 5 seconds, but the darker the sky goes, the redder it'll go, and obviously the more pleasing the effect will look. But if you're going to do these long exposures, obviously you need a tripod and a cable release to enable that to burn in. But these shots you can play with, whether you're on the dance floor at a wedding, you can take long exposure shots to allow the ambient light to burn in. Doesn't matter if you get movement, because the flash will freeze the subject, and the long exposure of the shutter will allow all the ambient light to burn in. You can get some real kind of wild effects. So just have a play with that yourself and see what kind of results you come up with. But remember, use the tripod so that you don't get any background blur in the shots.